Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Irv Lindsay here. How you doing? I wanted to share with everybody a book I found a while back that was published by the city of Cincinnati. It actually does have an accompanying map. There's one little tiny map published in the book, but there is another map, this official city planning map for 1925. You can find that online. It's very interesting. This book, let's jump over to the computer now. This book is called The Official Plan. Here's the cover. Let me get it small enough so you can see the whole thing. The Official Plan for the City of Cincinnati. Here's the book. Let's just take it full screen here. This is called The Official Plan of the City of Cincinnati, 1925. It does have a few interesting things in it that I just wanted to show everybody. You can see that they were actually using this and evidently amending this all the way up into the mid-1930s. Because a city plan is something that you make and that you keep following, and it's a long-term thing. These guys back in the 1920s they had already conceded the development of Queensgate, and they had already started thinking about moving all the railroads around. They had started thinking about demolishing all the housing that was in the what they knew as the Lower West Side, what we now historically refer to as Kenyon Bar. If you've never heard of that, you will eventually. I'll do a video on it. For those of you who are big history buffs, this is a great read. It's very interesting. They lay out everything they are going to do. Basically, their plans for the next 30 or 40 years. So back to chapter 13. Historic sites. Number 1 on this list, the first landing and settlement of Losantiville. Is that how you pronounce that? I've never figured that out. And December 24th, 1788. This was this Losantiville. This was the settlement that would become known as Cincinnati. Interesting that it says, it actually gives the landing site here, and I have no reason to believe this is inaccurate. The approximate location, let's see. The landing which took place at the public landing at the foot of Sycamore Street and should be marked. Hey, let's look this up, shall we? Here we are in the downtown area. Let's find Sycamore Street. There it is, right there. You guys see it right there next to the Taft Theater. Goes right down to here, and oh my gosh, it dead ends at East 3rd, and that's just kind of where it ends. So Sycamore Street used to go all the way down to the water. There used to be a public landing, according to this. So if we just kind of keep going right here like this. Oh, look what's built there now. It's a baseball field. And if you just kind of follow parallel to Main Street all the way down to the water, right there, we'll put a marker. We'll click on Google Street View. Folks, right here where, see where it says Dock 1? Down here, according to the 1925 city planning book, is the first landing of the group of people that became Cincinnati. It wasn't named at that point in time. That is very interesting. Now, there's a couple of little bubbles over here I think we can get into. So somewhere right here. There is no longer a public landing here. And this is directly across from, there is actually a river over here. That's how you know you're in the right spot. Now, one day on ErvTV we'll have a video about the landing site, about the families that came over, about the flatboats they were on, about where they came from. I'll do that one day. So what I've got here is I've got a list of interesting things that I'm going to do some videos about. The landing of Benjamin Stites, about 3/4 of a mile below the Little Miami River, which is now Columbia. I've been there. I've been to the Pioneer Graveyard. General Wayne's Camp near the West End Gas Works, probably near 7th Street between Rose and Mill Streets, is unmarked. I don't know what General Wayne's Camp is. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm sure somebody out there knows what it is. Leave a comment. And there's no guarantee that there's even a 7th Street between Rose and Mill Streets, because a lot of those streets were jumbled up when they built the freeways and they tore everything apart. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you. Here's the next page, 16 through 23. You might want to pause the video. I'm not going to leave it on the screen long enough for anyone to read it. Also, in this particular chapter is this really awesome illustration of the suspension bridge we have here. This particular one is labeled as courtesy of Glenn Tracy. Don't know who that is. That is really cool, guys. That is a really cool illustration. That's a fine drawing, some fine artwork. And this is obviously Fountain Square. This would have been prior to 1925 when they published this book. There's a lot of awesome stuff in this little book, this official plan of the city of Cincinnati, 1925. It's a good read. It's actually a lot of pages. I'm not really good at reading lots of stuff like that. But if anybody wanted to look it up and find it, I believe if you just type it in, I believe it's freely available in Google Books. I think that's where I found it. I don't know. This is at uc.edu. So this is on the University of Cincinnati website. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to do videos. I'm going to go to some of these places. Eventually, we're not talking about right now, but I do have a plan formulating or how I'm going to show it, what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to set it up. So anyway, just a little preview of things to come. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Keep fighting the good fight, and hey, I'll see you in the next video.